Hi, I'm Corey Snyder, the Sales Director at SeeWhy Learning. Look, I get it. After spending a small fortune on an industry course, you may be reluctant to make another investment in exam preparation tools. But I also know that seeing is believing, so I want to give you the opportunity to experience what SeeWhy has to offer at a very reasonable price. With this in mind, I asked our curriculum team to develop a short video series on investment fundamentals. This series will help you regardless of what industry course you're taking. You see, it covers topics that virtually all industry courses require you to know, like what an RSP is, what the main asset classes are, how mutual funds work, general taxation principles, etc. And these are things that investors should know as well. This series will also do a great job of demonstrating how we simplify concepts and streamline the material, which can significantly reduce your study time. In a moment, we'll transition to the first video in this series, which is called the risk-reward relationship. For only $14.99, you can gain access to the full series of over 15 mini lessons, including the ones you see here. I think the team's put together a great series, and I'm confident that you'll both enjoy it and find it helpful. If you do, be sure to visit us at SeeWhyLearning.com to get the full series and check out our other study tools, including study notes and exam prep questions with detailed answer keys. Before I let you go, if you like what you see, please subscribe to our YouTube page where you'll find more free videos like this one, and also like us on Facebook and follow us on LinkedIn.
Investing can simply be defined as using capital, in most cases money, but it could also be some other asset, to earn even more capital. This is what entrepreneurs do when they use their own capital to start a business. Alternatively, there are various investment vehicles available in the marketplace that can generate investment income. In this course, you're going to learn about different types of investments, including treasury bills, which are issued and guaranteed by the federal government, bonds, which can be issued by the government or corporations, the common shares of publicly traded companies, mutual funds, segregated funds, and more. Now don't worry, I don't expect you to already know what these investments are. As we progress through the course, we're going to discuss them in very easy to understand language using simplified examples, analogies, and memory aids. For now, I want you to keep a very important concept in mind when learning about these investments, and that is the risk-reward relationship. In general, the more risk an investor assumes, the greater the return he would expect to earn. For example, if a friend of yours brags that she earned a 25% return on her investment last year, that also means she probably accepted a higher degree of risk than, say, a government-guaranteed investment. It also means next year's return could be different. Let's assume that you are considering two different investments. Number one, a treasury bill, which is a rather short-term investment, 1 year or less, issued and backed by the federal government. There's not a lot of risk here. After all, if the federal government experiences cash flow issues, it could raise taxes or borrow more. Heck, it could even print more money. In fact, treasury bills are so safe, the T-bill rate is often referred to as the risk-free rate of return. And number two, an investment in the common shares of a startup company. This would involve much more risk because if the company fails, you could potentially lose all of your money. On the other hand, it sure would have been nice to have been an investor that had the opportunity and foresight to invest in a company like Uber when it started out. Which investment do you think would have the highest expected return? I stress the word expected because when it comes to investing, there are no guarantees. Well, obviously, you would expect a greater return when investing in the shares of the startup company. If not, why on earth would you accept the additional risk? The risk-reward relationship can be summed up through the following analogy. Consider betting $100 on red at the roulette table, a bet where you have about a 50-50 chance of being right, versus a more specific bet on red number 5. The red number 5 bet is much less likely to hit. In other words, it carries more risk, but also offers a much greater potential reward if the bet turns out to be a successful one.